In 1992, I was 12 years old. 12 years old, and I had an addiction. It wasn't alcohol, it wasn't drugs, nothing at all self-destructive. In fact, it was an addiction that made me better, and it demanded sacrifices. Money, time, energy, dedication. And for its rewards, I got a pixelated image of my favorite character getting married. But more importantly, I got the organic feeling of a crowd gathering around. The chance to hear the buzzing of excited voices when I reached the final boss and heard someone say to a friend, "Hey look, he's about to beat the game." But most importantly, I got the feel of respect and instant celebrity that comes with downing the last boss and proving my mettle while drawing cheers from total strangers. I was literally addicted. And my dad would give me $5 every Saturday and drop me off at the arcade. And like every other addict, I would tell myself, just one more and I'll stop. Just one more quarter, just one more game. And like the inevitable march of time, I would see quarter after quarter and dollar after dollar melt away until like every other week, I would end up with not a penny to my name, waiting for my dad to come and get me, and hurry through the week so I could start the cycle all over again. After some time, my passion for Street Fighter cooled down, probably due to its traumatic effect on my personal finances. And instead of religiously attending the arcades every week, I would just occasionally wander through every once in a while. It was on one of these chance journeys through my favorite local arcade that I happened to find myself face to face with a game that grabbed hold of my consciousness and has never let go. Samurai Shodown 2. All the passion for fighting games, and the whole arcade experience in general came flooding back in an instant. Everything about this game just blew me away. The backgrounds, the concept, the music, the absolute beauty of it, the authenticity. Here was street fighting action, but with weapons combat. There were samurai, ninjas, kabuki actors, fencers, and many other unique and interesting fighters. All the spoken dialogue was in its native Japanese, something I personally greatly appreciated, and I found myself trying to copy what they were saying because it sounded so cool. That was probably a little off. As much as I had been addicted to Street Fighter, I had never before had an experience so immersive as Samurai Shodown 2. I felt like I had stepped into a real world, and this stage, Genjiro's stage, felt like a real place. I felt like I had made a pact with this badass purple-haired samurai, and you know what? The very first time playing it, on just one quarter, I tore through 6 opponents. Even that cheap-ass Charlotte with her cheap-ass hitbox and priority. Even at the time, I knew that was an accomplishment, because this was 1994, in the early days of fighting games. In those days, all fighting games were generally hard as nails, and somewhat unbalanced, and this was no exception. Though I will say that most fans, myself included, agree that Samurai Shodown 2 is the best of the series, and it does play quite well. It also provides the stage for real, visceral, and exciting gameplay that only sword fighting, and not street fighting, could provide. Absolute sword-fighting duels, capped off with a satisfying moment when the game pauses at the coup de grace, lending your foe a moment to reflect on how he fucked with the wrong samurai. The love for the beauty of Japanese culture and spot-on attention to detail manifests in the authentic traditional Japanese music, Japanese cultural references including kabuki, Kuroko dressed all in black, basically stagehands for a kabuki play, Northern Japanese Ainu culture. Even my favorite character Genjiro's special moves reference the Japanese card game Hanafuda. And do you know what the best part is? The older I get, the more awesome this game has become, as I get more chances to peel back more layers of the onion. There are references to other SNK games in the endings. Characters based on other fictional works including Charlotte, based on a character from the manga The Rose of Versailles. Nakoruru, whose aesthetics and quote about nature's punishment is a nod to Sailor Moon and her famous line about punishing in the name of the moon. Samurai Shodown 2 also shares many things with the 1993 anime Ninja Scroll, like the game characters of Nicotine and Genon, who resemble the anime characters Dakuan, the cagey old monk, and Shijima, the shadow demon with a large metal claw, respectively. Even the main character, Kibagami Jubei, is reflected in the characters Kibagami Genjiro and Yagyu Jubei. But wait! There's more! Many of the characters in the Samurai Shodown series are based on real historical figures, like the main protagonist, Haomaru, who is loosely based on the famous Ronin, Miyamoto Musashi. Ukyo Tachibana, who is based on Musashi's great rival, Sasaki Kojiro. The aforementioned Yagyu Jubei, a legendary sword instructor for the Tokugawa shogunate, often portrayed with trademark eye patch. And also Hattori Hanzo, whose depiction as a ninja is a bit questionable, as history remembers him as a samurai, and he was famous for fighting with a spear and not a sword. But no matter what the case, this game is so great it shines even when it fails. I dare anyone not to be charmed at the many and hilarious examples of SNK English, or SNK Grish, which got even better, as by Samurai Shodown 4, when you sliced your opponent to ribbons, you could proudly shout, "Victory! Bitch!" I just can't put it any plainer. This game kicks so much ass, I'm at a loss for words. The combat, the authenticity, the music, the charm, and especially the depth have made an indelible mark on my heart. So the next time you hear a new schooler bitching about no leaderboards or achievements, you tell him never forget about Samurai Shodown 2.